Sup tankers, Space Bandit here with another episode of World of Tanks, and today we're gonna cover map Steppes from the southwest spawn. And I'm gonna show you one location, very aggressive location on this map that I use from time to time, not very often. Actually, I use it very seldom because it's a high risk, high reward kind of location. If you can get yourself there fast, early in the game, in a relatively speedy tank, you might have a good game, but you might also have a very shit game. It's because once you get into this position, there is no escape. And the position I'm talking about is K0. K0. So the hardest part here is crossing through the open field right here. If you have a fast tank, like a Leopard for instance, you'll get there very fast. But if you're an M48, the way I am, I'm gonna have trouble getting there fast because usually opposition likes to poke the ridge line and they'll be able to put shells into you just like this machine does right over here. So luckily I bounced one shell, but we absorbed two. Unfortunately, we lose a little bit of HP. Like I said, high risk, high reward. Now don't come here on your own. If you come here on your own, you'll most likely die. So don't do that. Make sure there are usually tanks coming with you. Like in this situation, I have a medium tank with me on my right hand side. There's a light tank scouting this area as well. There's also a medium tank at H7, so he's gonna be able to support me as well. And if you have support, this position is absolutely great because you get the high ground as well as you have that hill on your right hand side that can cover you from arty. Not 100%, but you're somewhat already safe. And you're looking from top down. That means you will have shots on these guys that are spotted on ridgeline along the 9 and 8 lines. So we're gonna play off of this position. So I'm gonna show you two games today. Both are slightly different with respect to the distribution of the opposition team, so you can draw your own conclusion as to whether you want to pursue pushing this position or not. Like I said, this is high risk, high reward. If you don't die in this position, you usually have a good game. But in many cases, opposition will just push up the 0 line, and once they do, you'll die. And there's no escape from here, because in order to escape here, you have to go down the open field. And once you do, you're probably gonna get brutally abused and you will die. So keep that in mind. Now, as far as platoon play, is it a valid play? I would say yes. If you have, let's say, 3-man platoon, you have a couple of medium tanks that are pretty speedy, you have a heavy tank that can get in here and support you just using, you know, the armor, that would definitely work. So it can literally skew the game in your advantage. So yeah, it is a valid platoon play. And like I said, I only would come here if I have somebody else coming with me. In this game, we're gonna have a little bit of armor pushing us from this side. You notice there was VK7201, the German super heavy. There's gonna be Foch also pushing from this side. As well, there are a couple of mouses pushing through the middle here. So we're gonna put a shell into the mouse and we get spotted, so we're gonna drop behind that ridgeline as soon as possible. Now the key here is for my medium friendly on the right hand side to survive. Because if he dies, the opposition will just push in here and I would probably die. But he plays it right, he survives, he doesn't throw his HP away, which is gonna help me. Unfortunately, I took a little bit too long over there aiming and I got hit. But it doesn't really matter as long as I play it smart until the end. So the problem for Foch and that VK is that they're in a crossfire right here between myself and that medium tank on the right hand side. This is what makes it difficult for them to push into this position. So if you have platoon of medium tanks, again, that's still a viable play. Now I'm trying to see if I can shoot these mouses over here, but they're playing it smart now, so they pulled back and they won't let me have any shots at them anymore. And just because the opposition pushed the west side of the map instead of going towards the east side, they literally exposed the entire other side of the map. And because we are here, we're stopping them from progressing. It's gonna spell disaster for them. That game is gonna be short-lived. And we're gonna have a relatively good game. I mean, nothing spectacular, but we're gonna have a decent game here. So we're gonna continue shooting these guys. Looks like it's just a matter of time now because we won the other side. And our tanks are pretty much pushing the north right now. So it's just a matter of me holding here as long as possible. And then there'll be just cleanup time. So I was dropping back here, but Artie actually took a shot and took both of these guys out. There was a Foch over there and another M48. So I didn't realize that because I should have been pushing down already and trying to get final damage here. But I didn't realize this until now. So yeah, that's kind of my mistake. I do have a shot at this CS-59, but that shot does not come off. I should have had APCR loaded. That shot probably would have hit to get me a little bit more damage. Heat rounds are a little bit slower than APCR rounds, unfortunately. So yeah, we weren't able to land that shot. Oh, actually, M48's still alive. Okay, well, regardless, it's a cleanup time. So we're going to try to get a little bit more damage here. And yeah, we're just going to enclose the opposition here. And we should be able to, yeah, finish this game with maybe about 5k damage would be nice. Let's see. Well, we had a blind shot over there as well. So I think we're 5.5k or something like that. But anyway, we couldn't finish the artillery. There you go. That's game 1 from this position. Now, let's do this again. This time in a Leopard. Now, Leopard is a little bit faster than M48, so we will be able to get into that position a lot quicker. Now, as far as the distribution of the teams in this game, you'll notice that the opposition actually is going to push the west side of the map. So they're going to push to the northwest, and there will be a lot of fighting in the area, what is it? E2, F2. So our team is going to do actually pretty well holding these guys off in the area F2. So they were not able to progress. We're going to try to deal with the rest of the team on the east side of the map. So we're going to make this play. Now at this point when I'm going this way, I'm watching who's coming with me, because that's kind of important. So I see a couple of TDs going into sniping positions. I see the medium tank at J5. It looks like he might be coming my way. I also see a heavy tank coming my way as well. So at this point I'm feeling a little bit warm and fuzzy because I know I won't be here all by myself and I will have some support. So I will continue climbing the K0 position. Otherwise, if I didn't have anybody with me, I would turn around and run away. That's literally what I would have done. But we're here already. We're gonna get on top of that hill and we're gonna get ourselves in a position to shoot. And with Leopard, this position actually works even better because you have such a fantastic view range, plus you have such a fantastic camo with this tank. So you can literally just sit here and shoot without even being spotted. So initially we didn't spot anything. We're gonna relocate here. We're gonna see if we can spot something maybe from a different angle. We can't really spot nothing again. And then I realized that there are 4 or 5 enemy tanks pushing up northwest. And then I realized, okay, opposition is probably pushing hard through the north side. So we might not encounter so many reds on this side of the map. But it is yet to see. Sometimes it's deceiving because, you know, you don't see the entire team right away. So you can only go by what the scouting report tells you, just looking at the map and trying to figure it out. But the fantastic thing here that this Panzer 7 is coming my way here and he's going to be able to provide some armor. That's fantastic because he can take the hits and I should be able to shoot whoever he spots once he moves up the 0 line. So that's the idea here. So we're going to be a little bit patient here. We're going to wait. There's a butt shot at H7. He has a relatively good view range too, so he's not spotting anyone right now. So I figured there's probably not that many tanks on this side of the map. But before we move up, let's see if we can have a few shots of damage. So we're going to still stick around a little bit longer until things clarify a little bit more. Now, I don't want the 1-2 lines to lose. So I'm going to have to move up at some point quite quickly. And at this point, I'm clicking at these TDs at J6 because they got to figure out what they're doing. They have no shots at all, so they're either pushing our side of the map or they're going to have to fall back and defend the 1-2 lines. Remember, guys, if you're just sitting there and you're inactive, you don't have any shots, it's time to relocate. That's exactly what you got to do. And that's what I'm going to do in this situation. I realized that there's literally nothing on this side of the map, and we're going to have to just charge it. So that's what we're going to do. Now, we're going to play it cautious. We're still going to use Leopard's mobility to get out of trouble. So we're going to put shells into these guys, and then we're going to dip behind the ridge lines so that we don't get smoked or shot at. We want to maintain the HP still. So we're still going to play it cautious, but we're going to be sort of, I would say, passive-aggressive. So you want to be attacking or in attack mode, but make sure you don't take any damage. And Leopard has no armor, right? So I'm going to have to use ridge lines in order to get away and not get shot. But we're going to keep pushing here. We're going to see if we can spot anybody extra. So we climbed that hill a little bit there, but now we're going to continue straight. And Batchat is coming with us. Panzer 7 is coming with us. We have enough here in order to clean this side of the map. I'm pretty sure there's no one else here except for that M46 button and that Progetto that we've seen earlier. But I think he died. I think he's dead. So we're going to go after this M46 hard. And the idea here is to put a shell into him and ram him. Full speed. I didn't know whether I was going to lose more HP than him in this situation, but it didn't matter. I wanted to use my HP right now to get as much damage as possible. And he's not paying attention to me. So we're going to concentrate fire on him. And we set him on fire. He burns down in flames. And now we can concentrate our fire on artillery. Now the Terran shows up. All of a sudden, he's a big gun, but he wasn't looking at me. That's why you didn't see me drop down that hill. And now we can engage him. We're going to put some shells into him like that. We're going to still stay hold down because he's going to reload eventually. And when he does, we don't want to take 1000 HP in our face like this Batchat did. So we're going to continue doing the same thing, except we're going to try to track him every time so that we get assisted damage. And that's what we're doing right here. So we track him right there. And I don't know why he's not taken out, so I thought I would have to finish him, but someone finished him eventually. And that was a mistake. I should have been probably shooting this Waffle because I would have probably gotten more damage here. But still, it doesn't matter. It's all about winning for me. And Waffle is not looking at me, so we're going to clean this up quite quickly. And we're going to continue. As you noticed, our team held 1-2 lines really well. And that was the key for us winning this game, really. These guys holding that flank. And we were able to clean up our side of the map, and now we're just going for final kills. Now, apologies for third-person replay right here. Unfortunately, my video cut off, and I didn't record the end of the game, but it's still worth showing because this is cleanup time, and we're going to run into the Waffle here. So we're literally going to use our HP to try to get more damage. And Waffle is still a very dangerous tank to be dealing with, especially in a soft tank like the Leopard. Now, I really regret not carrying any HE rounds in the Leopard. I really have to put some HE rounds into this tank because dealing with Waffles like this, you would be getting like 500 damage per shot instead of 390, 400. Yeah, right now we're just trading. We know we can take 2 shots of this guy, and we do take a couple hits. And now we're going to have to be really cautious because we don't want to die. We want that extra damage here. There's still 3 tanks left in the game, and they're all relatively healthy. So this is either going to make or break our game. So now we're concentrating fire at the Jagdpanzer E100. I think we tracked him there, if I'm not mistaken, but no one really penetrated him. So we're going to try to do the same thing, but this time we're going to try to pen him. And that's exactly what we do. We put a shell into him. I think Waffle's on a reload right now, so we don't really care about him. But he's coming my way, so we're going to have to take him out of the game. And we do. And can we put one more shell of damage into this Jagdpanzer E100? Yes, we can. We track him at the same time, but he gets taken out quickly after that. And we secure the win for the team. So let's take a look at the end plates and see how we did. We managed to put up a really, really nice game. 4 kills, 6.8k damage, 1642 base XP. Could have been more actually if I fired at the Waffle instead of firing at the Terran. We would have brought this game over 7k. We ended up with Mastery Ace Tanker for this game. Seems kind of low damage for Ace Tanker, but hey, we'll take it. We're still sitting on 1 mark because we're not really playing the game as much, unfortunately, but we're almost at 80%. We finished on top of the team. 4 kills, 1642 base XP. We had some assistant damage, but not that much. We were mostly damage dealer in this game. We fired 21 shells, we had 18 penetrations, and no critical hits. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this is useful for you, and it is up to you whether you want to use this position or not. Just remember, farm or die. That's what's gonna happen if you take that position. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. That's it for now. Until next time, happy tanking, Space Bandit, checking out.